The Silver Fox back in business. And down to business in the women's 5,000 metre final. The crowd being treated to a feast of athletics here. Let's hope it can continue on the track. Chinonge there wearing 7:08 from Kenya. This is Benito Johnson from Australia, a real world-class athlete in her own right. Finished 4th in the World Cross Country Short Course Championships. This is Gillian Palmer running for Scotland. 2:93 is Anna Thompson for Australia. 7:92 is the Nigerian Christiana Agustin, just 15 years of age. This is Catherine Berry. You won't know too much about Catherine Berry, but she ran brilliantly in the trials to qualify for these Commonwealth Games, a name to watch perhaps for the future. Inzikuru for Uganda. And then 3:81 for Canada's Courtney Babcock, again another new name who ran well in Stockholm just last week. 9:70 was Restituta Joseph running for Tanzania, and then guess who that is? She's trying to disguise herself with dark glasses, but you haven't got them fooled, Paula. They know who you are. Hussein of Tanzania, just 19 years of age. And this is Chikwakwa from Malawi, another teenager, just 17 years of age. And then Hayley McGregor for Australia. That's the full lineup. 12.5 laps of the track. She's given us some thrills over the years, none more so than over the last 18 months or so. 2 world titles on the country, 2 world titles at half marathon. Missed out at the Olympic Games, was in 4th place. Missed out at the World Championships last year. That was over 10,000 metres, this over 5,000. The Commonwealth final. Well, a huge air of anticipation, Brendan, as there was over the men's 100 yesterday. Probably this, the most eagerly awaited other race on the track, I guess. And can Paula do it tonight? We know what's going to happen at some stage. Edith Masai, we presume, will be the biggest challenge to her. Masai can kick. She has outkicked Gabi Jabo this season. Paula beat Edith Masai over 3,000 metres in Monaco just last Friday. But that was a tough, fast race with pacemakers. What will Paula do tonight?
Well, Jo Pavey from England leading, and Jo's just put herself in the front. She knows Paula's coming. She knows she's going to arrive fairly soon, and Jo wants to be in the position where she can try and follow Paula, or try and follow her as best she can. But the crowd here, when she walked onto the track and jogged down the back straight, they began to chant Paula, Paula, and I'm sure as this race goes, she's so far lasted almost a lap without being in the front. I wonder how long she can last. She'll be there soon. She's got there slowly as Benita Johnson of Australia fell there. That's number 278. That was a little bit unfortunate, but she's caught up quickly because they're not doing anything. Paula just now settles 1 lap behind her, and she's where we thought she would be. I thought she might last a little bit more than 1 lap, because tonight is about trying to win her first gold medal. It's not about a fast time, but she likes to do both, doesn't she, Steve?
Well, she's in the shape of her life. In terms of distance running, you don't run 2:18 and bits for the marathon as she did in London, of course, in April on that marvellous day, just outside the world record for the marathon distance. Hadn't raced at all from that day until a week ago in Monaco. She's had a bit of a virus, she's had blisters, she's had other little niggles, but she came out in Monaco and knocked 4 seconds off her best at 3,000 metres. So if you've done that at 3,000, then you've got the marathon in your legs, you've got the strength, then somewhere in the middle you've got some good performances at 5 and 10.
It adds up to a huge performance at 5,000 metres here, and probably at 10,000 metres, you know, just over a week's time in the European Championships. But she's out there where she wants to be. She wants to be in the front. She chooses to run at the front. She trains and she knows exactly what sort of time she can handle over this sort of event. And Jo Pavey fixed her eyes on the back of Paula's vest. She knew this was going to happen. She positioned herself for this move. Now Paula Radcliffe out on her own, as she loves to be. And she's told me yesterday that whatever the result, the other athletes will know they've been in a race. And that's code language, Steve, isn't it?
Well, I think that's what you always get with Paula. You get guts, you get determination, but I tell you what you get these days as well. You get real good thinking in the race. She applies herself tactically well. She knows exactly what her strengths are and she plays to them. And the thing is that everybody else knows what those strengths are. And as you said, Brendan, that plays on the mind. And somebody told me that Edith Masai knows what's coming as well. She's not relishing it, because I tell you what, Paula hurt her and hurt Gabby Jarbo as well on Friday in Monaco. And it was a quick last lap in Monaco. Paula ran 63 seconds that day, and she was really proud of that fact. And she has been working on her speed, and she doesn't accept that she's not quick enough to win championship races. Hence, she's here today and thinks that she's got everything required to win.
But hurt is the essential part of distance running. You've got to be able to take it in training. You've got to be able to execute it on the track in races. You've got to be able to do it to yourself as well as to the others. And if there's anything about Paula Radcliffe, she knows how to do that. And Steve, you just mentioned her marathon time. Well, that was one of the greatest sporting performances I've ever seen. I hope she can translate that strength from the roads onto the track. And just looking at that lap time there, she ran that one lap in 68.9 seconds, which is faster than world record pace for the women's 5,000 metres. An injection of pace there by Paula Radcliffe. That explains the gaps. And Jo Pavey running a brilliant race in second place. Jo's got the confidence to follow Paula, but Paula's beginning to move.
Well, we're talking a lot about Paula, but she's got some company. Jo Pavey in second place, but just being passed by Edith Masai. Masai herself in excellent form. Let's just talk about her for a little bit. Won the World Cross Country Championships as well this year, but in the shorter race, Paula took the long title. She's 35 years of age. She set an African record in that race in Monaco. She took a lot off her personal best there. She was very good last year as well, Masai. Remember her out kicking Jarbo in Oslo as well. But in the major championships hasn't really produced. She was very disappointing in Edmonton because she got a little bit injured between the early part of the season and the actual championships. Only finished 7th there. But for her, a real opportunity tonight. She knows what Paula's going to do. She doesn't really have to think. She just knows I'm just going to have to sit on it and wait and then see what I have on the last lap and see whether I can attack. The other Kenyan in 4th place is Ines Chinonga. She's just there behind Jo Pavey. These four pulling away.
4:43 through 4 laps there, and another faster lap, 69 seconds for that lap. And look at the gaps now beginning to appear. Paula Radcliffe in full flow, now testing the field. 8 laps remaining. She loves to see the lap scorers. She loves to see there's a good distance ahead of her. She looks good, she looks controlled, she looks strong, and she's trying to win this one.